Hey, what's going on, gamers? This is Dr. Redstone signing in to another episode here on the channel. Today's episode, we're jumping back into Easy NPC. I got to make this video for Harley, but hopefully you guys enjoy this one as well. This one's going to go through some of the different defaults that I have set up on the Cobblemon server. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, so you can learn something new in Minecraft. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into Cobblemon Season 3. It's been going so freaking awesome lately. I know I haven't made any videos about it, so I do want to apologize, but if you guys want to see some stuff, definitely let me know. Oh my gosh. So we are over here on the second account. This is the admin account for the server. All right, and I guess we'll get away from these guys. It's a little bit sketchy. First and foremost, we want to open up our inventory, and we want to go over here to the second page, and we're going to go to Easy NPC. We're going to make sure and grab this Easy NPC wand because that's going to help out a bunch. And the next thing, we're going to go to the third page because we want to come over here to the Easy NPC spawn eggs. Now, I do only work with the humanoid versions. Obviously, you can do a bunch of different variants, but humanoid is what we're dealing with in today's episode. So we're going to go and start with the basics. Let's go ahead and head on over here, and we'll set somebody up just right in front of this shop here. We'll use this stick. We're going to right click on it, and that's going to go ahead and bring us into all of our different actions. Now, I did go over some of these in the last video, so I'm not going to bore you. First and foremost, we want to come over here to the import, and we're going to jump into the world import folder. Now there's a bunch of presets that I have set up here, such as route trainers, gym leaders, Professor May, civilian NPCs. There's a bunch of them. One thing that I did get set up with is a main story NPC, as well as a sub story NPC. Some of the other things are also trader NPC, shopkeeper, and officer Jenny. But we're going to jump into the main story NPC, import world preset, and let's import that preset. Now I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of things just happened because I have all these things set up as templates. So let's jump into it. As we jump on over here into dialogue, that's going to be our first step. We have dialogue 1, 2, and 3, setup, conflict, resolution. If we click on this edit text, we can set it up to be whatever we want. Set up dialogue 1, save, go back, conflict, dialogue 2, save, go back, and we also have a resolution. And we'll just add dialogue 3 to this, no big deal. And then you can see here that we have the dialogue buttons except quest, so maybe that might need to be changed to something different. We can go ahead and come over here and just hit close and hit save. Now if we click onto that one, we can edit buttons actions, and that's just going to go ahead and close dialogue. And we can do something fancy. If we want to go down here to add new action, we can click on that and actually run some sort of command. Can't imagine that you're going to get too tricky with this one, but if you want to do this at home, definitely running some commands is good. Or maybe you can open up the trading screen, so that's only going to open once you hit that close button within this third dialogue section. Now we're not going to go ahead and add anything to this one. We're going to keep this to close dialogue, and the only thing that we do need to change in this one is we need to come down here to one block command. So I did get it set up that if you go within one block, it runs this one block command, and then it asks if you're ready for XYZ. Maybe you want to teleport somebody to a certain area or something along those lines. That's where you're going to do it. So we're just going to go ahead and go delete because we definitely don't need that. And let's go back into actions, and then over here into distance, and make sure that we have the one block open dialogue. We're just going to go ahead and close that because we don't want that dialogue to open. And realistically, if we just went through and just closed out that dialogue, it would have been good to go. We didn't even need to delete the dialogue, just the command for the one block action. Furthermore, come over to edit skins, click on that one. Now we did have a bunch of player skins that was set up in the folder, but for some reason those ones are getting deleted. I'm not really sure why, so if anybody knows down in the comment section below, let me know how you get those ones set up. Maybe through this customs, maybe I should probably just add more of them that way. I'm not really sure. Go ahead and find your favorite skin, go ahead and paste that in, click add, it'll pop up here. So we'll just do Fisherman Bill or Bob or whatever I named him, and boom, there he is. One thing you're going to want to do is right click. You could probably name this. We'll name this one subscribe, and then you definitely want to make sure that you hit this save icon, or that's not going to save. So now that we got this guy set up, let's go ahead and set him up with a friend. Again, we're going to go use this Easy NPC wand, right click, import, go over to the world folders because we do have a couple of these presets. So just as reference, if you guys don't have any templates or anything like that and you guys are using Easy NPC, make sure you set those up. Set 1 or 2 or 3 of them up for future reference because it's going to save you you a bunch of time in the future. And again, let's go ahead and go down here to the sub story, import world preset, import that guy. And here we are. Let's take a look at the dialogue. Now this guy only has 2 different dialogues because he's just a part of the journey. He's not the whole destination. So maybe they just need to tell you one thing or tell you 2 things or something along those lines. So we have a 2 dialogue as well as a 3 dialogue setup system. All right, and last up, let's put this 3rd humanoid down. We're gonna give this thing a right click, import world, and we're gonna go over here to Team Rocket Grunt. Now let's say that you have somebody that you just wanna go ahead and have 1 line dialogue and then you want them to absolutely disappear. Not sure if any of your quests has this, but just in case you want it, you can right click on this one, go to dialogue, advance, and then fight dialogue. You can put this to be whatever you want and it's gonna go through and read it once. Once you click the less fight button, and you could change that to whatever you want, rename button, save. Now that's gonna be a rename button, edit button action. So this is what it does is it spawns a Pokemon. If we click on this, it doesn't have what Pokemon yet. So we can put EV level 10 and click save. It's also going to go ahead and run the /kill command, and it's also going to close the dialogue. Now, if we go over and click on them and close the dialogue, nothing's going to happen because we did not click this rename button. So the moment that that happens, boom, and then we got a little level 10 EV. Now, obviously we did get set up with a little bit different for the NPC trainers. So I am going to show you that one there as well. So if you want to go ahead and set up a trainer, let's go ahead and do NPC spawn. This is going to be a standard NPC level. As far as I can tell thus far, levels don't mean anything yet. So we'll just go level 1 and boom, get this guy spawned. Now let's go NPC edit. And as long as you're looking at that NPC, you're going to be able to jump into its menu screen. Here we can rename this one to Red. Make sure and hit save. Now it changes its name. I'm going to go and hit T and up so we can get NPC edit one more time. And let's get back into the bread and butter. Let's go to behaviors. And there's a couple of these that we want to make sure we add. So let's go ahead and go through these ones. It does tell you a little bit about what they do. One thing that I do always add is going to be this name tag display, dialogue sections, player texture, that's going to be allow us to change the texture of the NPC. Configurable party, that's going to allow us to choose which Pokemon that they're going to play. Again, it is only set to double battles. And that is going to be everything that we need thus far. I did have it set up for look at players, but for whatever reason, that doesn't seem to be configured. Dialogue, leave that one alone. Do not touch. Cooldown, you can change this one. And this is supposed to be in ticks, so 20 ticks a second. So if you want to go ahead and run the math on how long that you want to have the cooldown, make sure and change that one. Re-challenge on or off if you don't want somebody to challenge this one again. Again, the dialogue text does not seem to be currently working, so don't worry about that. We're going to name this one Doc Redstone, Pokemon EV level 10. And just the same as a spawn Pokemon command, you can do all of these. So if you had an Alolan version that you want to change the attack EVs or IVs, maybe you want to have it have some sort of nature or something like that. You want it shiny, non-shiny, or even something that's uncatchable. You can even have something like that. That is a spawn mechanic as well. All right, where were we? Let's go ahead and slap another EV here, level 10, make it not too hard. And then we're going to scroll all the way down. Minecraft player is supposed to be able to see players at distance 15. If we come on over here to red, we can right click and now you can see we got battle still. Again, trade completely broken. Don't worry about it. Battling, jump into it and boom, there it is right there. So let's see. So I'll go through, I'll run tackle on somebody and I'll run quick attack on somebody else. And let me finish this one up real quick. Let's come on over to this guy, T up NPC edit. Let's go over to behaviors and let's do battle commands. So this is actually going to allow us to go through and run some sort of command. So if the player wins, we can run a command. If the player loses, we can run another command. Say you wanted to give at player water badge. Hit save. Obviously you would need that item inside your game, so maybe you wanted to just give them like a cobblestone or something like that. You can definitely do that as well. And with all those little tools in your utility belt, you should be able to set up any quest here on the server. Again, if you jump into, you can definitely take a look through the attributes. There's a couple of different things. I do have can be leashed on some NPCs that I do want to move. Sometimes you need to change the combat to invulnerability, make sure one of them can die, or if you don't want anybody coming over and slapping that NPC, make sure and keep that on, as well as objectives. So you can click on that one. I know random scroll does pretty well. I think it's like a 16 block radius. So as we go through and set up a town, that's definitely going to be a good thing to make sure that we have. Move through village, not 100% sure on how well that's going to work if it's a custom village. The game doesn't necessarily see that, so that might not work very well. But random stroll does work pretty well, as well as panicking and move back to home. Move back to home will allow it to move back to wherever it was placed. That is going to be its home. And yeah, so now we got subscribe, and he is running around the server. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Easy NPC is absolutely amazing. Big shout out to Kaworu for making this mod, because it's been super helpful running a bunch of different quests over here on Cobblemon. If you guys want to see those episodes, make sure and let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, this is Dr. Redstone signing out. Thanks, YouTube.